We are the Borg. Your biological and technological distinctiveness will be added to our own. Resistance is futile. Unimatrix 0259. Mission: to establish foothold in Alpha Quadrant and assimilate all species. Action your deployment. Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. This is Bane at GB Gaming. We are playing Star Trek STA3 Nemesis, and I am showing off the new Borg, as I thought it'd be nice to show you the change to the Borg. So we're doing a sort of 4-player map. This is the map called Wolf 359, as it was in CTA. We have one shipyard here. We've got no quick start on, so we need to kind of build our facilities up. We need to get some facilities up and running. Let's unpause, because I've already paused it, and we'll need to start looking at getting a capital shipyard facility. So we're going to get an advanced assembly matrix, which I'm just going to stick here. So just so I can sort of be ready. Also the Borg, we start off with our Borg constructors. You can see one's now moving over. And Borg have a really slow start. So they're you're not going to find them the quickest to a game. So obviously we're going to need some nodes up. So we're going to build an adaptation node here. Adaptation node being node type 1029. So adapts production infrastructure, and the assimilation node, which is the tactical technology node, or in this case the military station. So, and I thought I'd play the Borg because it's been a while since I did a Borg playthrough. Have you ever noticed any of the details on this? I don't like. Do you know what? What we will do, guys, before we go any further, let's just pause it again. I really don't like this skybox. If you didn't know this, you can do this. You can do this under effects. Use coloured skyboxes. There we go. We're going to keep that one a little bit better. I like this one better. It's got the yellowy skybox. I like that better. I'm going to get different angles. You can see the buildings actually being built just like in stock scenes. So here you can see my capital shipyard being built. Obviously a very cube-shaped shipyard. I wonder why. Maybe because it builds cubes? Possibly. Obviously I need to get my first free, which is going to be my trapezoid. That's going to be my first free sort of ship that I've been running. When you don't do quick start, obviously you don't get scouts either. So we're going to need some scouts. We're going to build some scout cubes. I like to get free scout cubes. Scout cubes are pretty tough as well. Everything. What am I saying? Everything in the Borg is pretty tough. You will be pretty tough if you're in the Borg.
Station construction complete.
There's our scout cube being built. Now we didn't used to use the scout cube originally. We used to use the Pro
we serve the
as the scout, and then we changed it. Kind of in I think it was CTA actually. We changed it. So we're going to send him off exploring. Notice that he had transwarp jump as well, which he can use whenever he wants. So he just zips around. Off you go, mate. Might have actually pressed the button. There you go.
We serve the collective.
Our second one. Set him to auto explore and send him off. Got one more underway. Meanwhile, we're also building a trapezoid. A lot of people complain and say to me the trapezoid is the worst capital ship, quote, in the game. And the reason that we found out that was because it actually wasn't getting its own buff, which was always intended that it kind of got its own buff. Because it has a fleet buff, and as you know, if you play Armada 3, different from other mods, fleet buffs are really important. That's what balances out your fleets. You need to build certain capital ships to get those buffs. So you kind of need a trapezoid because it does provide a fleet buff. Boom. So it's not a bad capital ship. It's had its damage slightly improved as well a little bit. Not too much, because it is an early game cap ship. But, you know, a lot of people give the poor trapezoid a lot of flack, but it's actually a pretty good capital ship.
Unassimilated species identified. Activate all outposts.
Activate all
by your
outposts.
command.
So it has a simulate planet, obviously, and it has this collective coordination. which gives 5% damage reduction, so it's not bad. But obviously we're going to want to simulate planet.
Invalid objective.
So we can't train our Borg ships up. You'll notice that as well. There is a difference in what you can and can't do on your world. So we now have a capital ship. What we are going to need are some interceptors to go off with our capital ship. So generally when I play Armada 3, I like to build as many interceptors as I can just to get us out and going. We can send our trapezoid though off to this first world on its own.
The collective must grow.
Now our mission from the Borg Collective here is to kind of assimilate
The collective must grow. Proceed to
the Alpha
center.
Quadrant. So really nice ability on the Eccentric Fracture armor. -2 to your armor, and you do take damage as well. So it's kind of like to simulate the fact that it has a small cutting beam. So it's quite good. Our trapezoid has arrived. Oh dear, poor Condors. You are no match for a trapezoid.
Negotiation is irrelevant. Remodulate shields.
So we're going to send them over. In fact, we'll just set a rendezvous point here. Now we need to get started with some research. So not much really. The probes are good. Little Corvette class, if you like. As are the dodecahedrons. I think it's quite cool. I like dodecahedrons. Obviously, the first thing you get is a damage increase as well. But we don't need that straight away. What we need is the ability to adapt. So our first one is to get collective experience, which will start auto-leveling our capital ships up. And then we're going to get some resources in our resource node.
State new directive. Additional technology acquired.
Let's just see what's happening
Species identified.
in our zone over here. Have a more here. Come on, Borgies.
State objective. We serve the collective. Additional technology acquired. We serve the collective.
Come on, interceptors, get over there.
Technology acquired.
Let's see if we can afford some more resources. I really want to get the. In fact, I might just lose that.
Additional
Get
technology acquired.
the tax node early on. Tax node, trade node, rather. That would be a better way to describe
We
it.
serve the collective. Assimilate the species. We serve the collective. We serve the collective.
Which you have applied your armor debuff.
State new directive.
Kind of wish it stacked. But I knew that would be completely OP, so leave it where it is. Jaeger is about to go down. Bye, Jaeger.
Activate all outposts.
Let's just capture the planet, even though we're still killing the ships. You will be Borg. You will all be Borg. Activate the Borg beam. Please. There we go. And this world is now Borg. So always good to have more Borg. Welcome to the family, guys. The big Borg happy family in the sky.
State objective.
And now that we have this, we need to take our worlds. That's a tier 1. We should go back and take it Cernia next. So we're going to head that way. Let's get a few pros up as well. Don't mind a dodecahedron as well.
The collective must grow.
I'd like to get up to obelisks when I can,
Proceed to
because
center.
obelisks are good. So yeah, by far, if you're playing Borg, you kind of have the slowest start to the game.
We serve the collective.
But then you're playing Borg, so you know I have no sympathy for you.
Assimilated species identified. We are the Borg.
get you back over there.
Unassimilated species identified.
As much as I want
The collective must grow.
Corvettes over this way.
State new directive. We are the Borg. State new directive.
Some icons there that I'll just note down. The anti-flight defensive
Additional
basic
technology acquired.
that need to have their icons changed.
Proceed to sector.
It's always bugs. There's always bugs to find. Even in the STA3 team. So, let's forget our ships all heading over there now. We have this new world.
Unassimilated species
Try and get some crystal in there, at least to get it up one.
Negotiations.
I'm fighting against some Khan heavy raiders here.
Activate all algos.
Now, at the early game, Borg are actually quite weak when they're establishing themselves, so don't expect to just go bulldozing through things. So they're very slow and methodical to build up, so you've got to kind of be prepared for that fact.
Unassimilated species identified.
So our planet is currently providing a taxing current at 20.9. So I won't mind social specking my homeworld planet. Just to get some more tax income.
We are the Borg.
And as you can see, we're really kind of stuck at the moment with the credits. Really quite poor.
State
We're going to send our trapezoid
Adapting
over to attack Isernia, however.
Station construction complete.
Sorry to hear my phone in the background there, guys. Just going off. Put it silent. So yeah, another world cleared. Let's get this captured. What have we got here? This is a Class L marginal.
Initiating
Let's go take
new
this.
directive.
With what Borg we have. I really would want to get some trade resource nodes up, but that's not cheap at the moment. That's it. You'll find that you need a lot of dilithium when you first play the Borg. So we want to get a resource node up.
Station construction complete.
Well, let's get that working. We're also going to get some mines up. We just need a little bit of money. Sell some tritanium.
Station construction complete.
Now, meanwhile, where are our scout cubes? Well, we found
We
Klingons.
serve
They're
the
over
collective.
here. Chasing down one of my Borg scout cubes. Ooh, look at all those Jaegers. Pretty sure we will find other Alpha Quadrant races in this system. One of my favourite maps, actually, Wolf 359.
Unassimilated species identified. Station construction complete.
So, gonna keep on plugging. So I have a resource node now. That's quite helpful.
Station construction complete.
Let's try and get a another one up and running here. Meanwhile, see how the war's going.
We serve the collective.
You do need to keep an eye
Exterminate.
on some of your vehicles here, because they will
State objective.
quite happily just
Instructions received.
vehicles, I should say ships. They will quite happily just go randomly target ships. So you do need to keep an eye on them.
State objective.
So that's why I'm zooming in and out a lot. Let's just have a look at the combat.
The collective must grow.
Really obsessed with that dodecahedron at the moment. I find quite amusing.
For assimilation.
Let's target this one here, shall we? Here's my trapezoid.
Begin assimilation.
Linking Breen. Get off my world. Big your world. Oh, we've lost alright, you see what I mean? Borg, fragile ships right at the start. We also need to be very careful to get this second sort of buff under the way as well. I'm pretty sure this wasn't in the Breen idea of fun. Now I think we've only got, yeah, we've lost a couple of ships now. So we can really do with, once we've done these researches, some damage research as well.
Negotiation is around.
So a very lovely slow start that we've got going. But we need the resource node. We're going to get the resource node. I think that's the wise thing to do. Just buy some metal, etc. We will be getting cash in. Do need to develop this up because we're underdeveloped at the moment, so we are losing tax rate as well. So, let's get another resource node here. Need those resources early on. Meanwhile, our fight against the Breen. Take out. Target this trash gas, guys. Come on. There's another bullshit. Right, let's get some damage. More damage is good. Poor drones. Let's get the collective coordination buff.
Additional technology acquired.
So we're not in a bad position now. We've cleared out some worlds, but we're desperate for resources, and we're desperate really to start getting our actual ships, our buildings up, shall we say. Couple of things we need to do here. Get this world operational.
Activate all alcoves.
Activate all alcoves.
State objective.
We can't quite adapt any other worlds yet until we get more, because we get drones all the way. But our next resource boost isn't till quite high up in the tech tree. So that's where the Borg has said we'll struggle. Now we have found the Romulans, they're spreading reasonably well. So we just got to be aware of the Romulans. We definitely need to get the Queen out as well. She's next in the tiers. So more stations need to be built. We've got no room here at the moment at the home world. So we need to look at these worlds here. So we'll get, first we'll get, I think I'm going to go for a military node first, and then a civilian node here. And then we'll look to get a adaptation node, and eventually a military node here. When we have a bit more crystal, because we're a bit crystal poor. So that's what we're going to do. So we have very little. Little we can do. I do need to build some more ships for Obelisk. Very, very good. People just see the Obelisk as a planet bomber, but it's actually not. It's actually a reasonable combat ship as well. If you look at the health and the damage output, it's not too bad. Obviously, people love the pyramid. So if you can get to the pyramid, obviously it's good. Pyramid being like kind of a mainstay ship, if you like, which we will be able to get. But there's nothing wrong with an Obelisk or two down the line. The 63 and 70, look at that, 52 there. So not too bad. It does planet bombing damage as well.
Station construction complete.
So I like to have a couple in my fleet. Once we've got the research done, of course. Because again, the other thing with Borg is that research is very, 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 very slow.
Additional technology acquired.
Now, interestingly, the Borg will be one of those factions that won't be affected by the repair change, like the other factions, because they have a lot of regenerating hull, so they'll still be able to regenerate hull as they did before, whereas the other faction will have to go back to their repair yards a lot more. So again, another thing that makes the Borg quite unique, if you like. Let's get these obelisks out. I see a Klingon scout. Get out of my system. Now we could look at fortifications as well. We have defense nodes, and eventually we'll get the assimilation perimeter nodes, which can actually assimilate ships, so they're quite cool as well. It is worth having a few of those defensive nodes up as well, I will add.
The collective must grow.
Excellent. So the assimilation node is done.
Additional technology acquired.
And transporter gates become even more important as you level up as well. So we'll unlock the pyramid, because that's what we're going to need to get our journey sort of started, really, in terms of assimilation. And I want to get a few more ships now. Before I do any other kind of worry about getting the next tier, we actually need to build some ships. Because at the moment, I believe we're going to be, yeah, we're way behind in fleet in comparison to the other factions. So obviously with the pyramid coming online, that gives us a little bit of a fun edge for killing things.
Additional technology acquired.
And that's going to be our next focus. Let's get some pyramids out.
Unassimilated species identified.
Interceptors. And I think we're about ready to kind of head towards getting a level under regeneration. So we get our first logistics. We need to sell a whopping 1200. Very little in terms of crystal in reality for the first tier, but we need a whopping 1200 of an unlock. So we can call in the Queen at least to a sector, which would be a priority for the Borg. Obviously they want to go and get their node links up to the Queen, where
negotiation is irrelevant. State objective.
Let's have a look at our adaptation. We need to get tier 1 research just to take this planet. We need a little bit of money for that. And then we can focus on
state new directive. Proceed to sector.
Also have a Barentu to take as well. So our first pyramid is off the line.
We are one. Initiating new directive. We are one. Instructions received. Adapting weapons array.
Clear our ship got away before we could kill it.
Additional technology acquired. Proceed to sector.
Here, Mr. Obelisk. Mr. Obelisk, Mr. Trapezoid. There she is. There's the Queen. She's here.
We will adapt.
We will. Let's see. Let's get the collective.
Proceed.
as an upgrade. Some more ships, get some more pyramids rolling.
Relocate.
And you'll notice our money is now kind of rising up as well, which is quite nice. We're still lacking crystal. We need a crystal planet. So in this version of the Borg as well,
Relocate.
Cubes have had a massive overhaul. So you will, I think, as a player, fear the cubes more than you do in the current. And the Borg have had many iterations over the time we've made this mod. You know, they've gone from
objective. Begin assimilation.
You know, being good to being bad to being good again. So it's nice when we talk to players and that they can tell us, oh, I really love the Borg, where they are, you know. All Borg. I was saying to Max, the only one regret I have is the fact that we can't change the sort of Borgified planet textures. But I do love the planet. I mean, look at that planet texture. That's lovely. All Borg, though.
I am the
so
beginning.
I think our next is to take this kind of planet here, if you like. Let's try and walk together, though, guys, shall we?
The collective must grow.
While we can. And finally we have a dilithium asteroid. That's kind of helpful.
Additional technology acquired.
So it's a bit of a strange tree of the Borgs. You go kind of from having the pyramid up to getting a capital ship, because they do focus on that, and you get 7 of 9. So their heroes are pretty low down, so you can get some good heroes pretty early on. But it's the cost. What people forget is there is a cost to that. But obviously you want to try and get their damage up as well. I've not done the hull yet. I really should do some hull research.
By your command. Adapting weapons array. Commence repair operation.
Commence repair operation. I feel sorry for the Breen. They're just getting assimilated all over the ship at the moment.
Instructions received.
This is where the Borg are starting to come into their own, having the Queen there as well.
Additional technology acquired. State objective. Adapting weapons array.
Pretty sure. Did we get some more? Let's get some more pyramids. On you go, pyramids. Off you go. And the other thing you can expect of the Borg is to always kind of constantly be outnumbered by other players. They will outnumber your forces, and so you do need to be very careful about how you spread and when you spread. Long and short of it is you aren't very good in the early game. Really, it's not your thing. So a lot of people have been saying to me, "Why are you social speccing your planet?" Because the population is what triggers, obviously, your tax income. So I'm trying to generate tax income. And yes, it will slow ship build rate down, but I don't plan to have my shipyards here forever. No, I plan to build shipyards at the Class D and hold the ground at the Class D. My central point. That's what my plan is longer term. I want that income now, where I can get it. We're going to have to hop back over to this planet.
By your ships.
Now we're clearing. Now we're cooking on gas a little bit now. Yeah. And that's important. Now the other thing I do want to do, once I finish upgrading the infrastructure on this planet, is get more resource nodes. I also want to get the intellect node research as well, because obviously that has some powerful debuffs when the enemy come knocking on my Borg door. See what I did there? And I really think that's important. So let's get this node up. We will need to get Class 2 adaptation. It's not the cheapest.
Activate all
Oh, Talarians. Look at the Talarians. Borg flare not.
Proceed to sector. Adapting weapons array.
Now I'm going to try and play a little bit fluffy in this series as the Borg.
Initiating new directive. Station construction.
We are the Borg. Lower your shields and surrender your ships. We will add your biological and technological distinctiveness to our own. Your culture will adapt to service us. Resistance is futile. See already our combination of fleet buffs from the trapezoid and the Borg Queen. Even without health research, we're already paying dividends. We'll get tier 2 colonisation. Now, the Class T Shattered is actually not a too bad a thing to take. So I'm going to top over to Pelagonia. That's my plan. I'll get there in a minute. Now that we've got this world under wraps, we're going to capture it. I probably should have sent the trapezoid. If I was playing competitively, I'd be going a lot faster with sending things down to where I need them to be. Let's get some more pyramids out while we have the chance. Now, I really need to get one of these interlink nodes up and running. And this is where people ask me, where is the resource sharing of the Borg? Well, it's here. If you get this, you can actually share resources between Unimatrices in the collective. aka you can give money to people.
We serve the collective.
Okay.
We serve the collective.
What's this world? This has Gentax, and this has Roantha and a Jalaxu. So that's a pretty tough world. Actually, we'll go to the tier 3 world actually first. That's going to be a bit of an easier fight for us, if I'm being honest with you. Than trying to take on something we're not quite ready for.
Negotiation is irrelevant. Additional technology acquired.
Additional technology acquired. We do need to get the ship build rate modifier, because Borg are very slow at building ships, funnily enough.
Proceed.
You think they'd be really fast, but no, it's not the case. And you'll be like, Bane, that makes no sense.
Station construction complete.
Ah, but it does. There's a lot more drones to fill. And the reason we make it kind of fit in Armada is because it kind of fits the fact that they're taking over new territories rather than
we are one.
necessarily.
Proceed to sector.
We serve the collective.
State new directive.
Did I get no more pyramids? I thought I bought another pyramid. There it is.
We are one. Initiating new directive.
Head over to that shattered world. We'll come back for the other worlds. I promise. It'll be a thing.
The collective
Don't
must
go on.
grow.
You've got a ship. Is that ship dead? Oh no, never mind.
Remodulate
I lied.
shields.
Let's
By
gain
your
the level.
command.
Oh. We'll get more collective coordination then. I'm not going to complain about that. People say to me the trapezoid's not good. Pyah.
Station construction.
Let's get a resource node here. Now, I think when we do go to build a culture node, we'll build it here in the middle.
Additional technology acquired.
How's our home planet doing? Not too bad. We're making money now. Money is good. But more money is better. It's a real lack of crystal. I can feel it. I think the Borg research is actually pretty fairly spaced out. There's nothing really... We don't really need to worry about tier 4 and tier 5 planets at the moment because there aren't any on this map.
Station construction complete.
I don't think so.
We serve the collective.
There's a high possibility that if you're playing a player right now, they're miles ahead of you in research. And that can be expected. There's no rush in the Borg.
Additional technology acquired.
We will get our tier 3 at least. And that should be our last one that we need. I'm just going to grab the old trapezoid here. Oh, this is a tier 3 planet, I keep forgetting. One you need the research for, Bane. Wakey wakey.
Exterminate.
Now we are going to need to start getting gates between all our worlds. Once we get the Class D shattered, that's going to become important. So we will talk about gates in a little while. If you've never played Borg before, or Armada 3, but you should play Armada 3, because I say so. No, because it's just generally a good mod. Maybe. Would Bane lie to you? Never would happen. Long range sensors, that's going to be a good upgrade. And I think we'll get our hull points increase underway on our tactical research as well while we're at it.
We serve the collective.
Hey, look, it's a planet. Let's go to the Class D shattered. There's only aceton simulators there, so it's going to be a pretty easy planet to take.
State objective.
We're going to just keep you here, buddy. Just because we're waiting for that tier 3 sweet tier 3 research to finish up. So slow is the Borg research. So slow. So painful. Let's get our first set of turrets, and we will need to do our research for
additional
if we're going to build them.
acquired.
And then get our first unicomplex. Unicomplexes aren't expensive, really, in comparison. They're expensive to upgrade later on, but they're not too expensive. I don't find them too bad. Right, we've arrived. The Class D shattered.
State objective.
No
Invalid
research
objective.
yet. Invalid objective. It'll be valid in a second, believe me.
Relocate.
We can also get our
Additional technology
experience
acquired.
cap up now. But I think it's going to be more important to keep doing our upgrades for a hull.
Additional technology acquired.
I think we're getting there. And we get our ship build rate. That's going to be our next thing that we're going to need. Once we've got our Class D set up. Very methodical, Bane. I know. Why are you talking to yourself? Because that's what I do. I'm actually talking to you guys watching while talking to myself. You see, that made sense, didn't it? I knew it did. These planets are running the send out. Oh dear God, that looks like Klingons already. Look at them. Get out of here. Cheap varmints. Cockroaches. And this is what I mean, you see. They're already trying to push these worlds, and I don't want them to. I don't really want my ships to fly through that world that I haven't taken yet. So what do we need? We're going to need a unicomplex assembler, which are incredibly expensive, really. But we're going to need one because we're going to. Well, did we do the? I don't think we did. Did we do the unicomplex research? No, we need to do the unicomplex research first. That kind of helps just a little bit.
By your command. Proceed to sector. Negotiation is irrelevant.
Thankfully, let's do the Ultrinian burst. Thankfully, the bad guys are not
Must grow.
for now.
Additional technology acquired.
Good. We're going to get a planetary simulator over to this world as well. We're just short a little bit of money. And then we're going to start getting this world. I can't build an outpost here. I've just thought, Bane, what are you on about? You can't build an outpost there. That is true. We can't do that. We're going to have... Bane.
Activate all alcoves.
You're a silly Billy. You
Station construction complete. Additional technology.
Normal
acquired.
turrets it'll have to be. They're pretty good. They're not bad. They're not brilliant, I'm going to be honest with you guys, but they're better than nothing. Okay. They're also incredibly expensive.
We are one. We wish to improve ourselves. Initiating new directive. We are the Borg. Additional technology acquired.
So, problem with having undeveloped worlds, drain on my economy. Don't want drains on my economy, it makes me sad. This one's really draining my economy.
Station construction complete. Additional technology acquired.
When you look at planets as well, you'll also notice what their population is. You notice that Chio Mortis has a terrible population. Whereas this class L, 204, it's not bad. So you can actually see quite easily which you should try and social spec and which you should probably try and
the collective must grow
alone, shall we say.
We are one. Planetary assimilation complete.
I really, really want this world though, because look at all those beautiful mines. So many beautiful mines everywhere. Resource nodes need to go up. Oh dear God. The demo antlers. And their mines. Very annoying.
Additional technology acquired. State new directive. We will adapt. Negotiation is irrelevant. Station construction complete.
So the Federation are now exploring. Let's get a transwarp gate up here first at the back. Just so we can get a warp node. Now transwarp gates are really important for the Borg because they allow you to warp around. So what we will be doing is building them everywhere so our trade ships can easily get to each other. It creates like mini trade routes everywhere. So it's quite a useful thing to have.
Negotiation is irrelevant.
You guys need to come over here to this other. And as much as I want to fight the Galaxy, I want to kill the Roanthas first. Dun-dun-dun. Now, where were we? This planet.
Station construction complete.
Causing us problems.
Additional technology acquired.
Structurally, I think we're getting into a good place. Is that what I think it is? Planet bombers. That is planet bombers. God damn it! It's just so inconvenient.
We wish to.
We were about to have a nice time, and then they come along and they bomb my Class D Shattered.
Station construction complete. State objective. We wish to improve ourselves.
Queenie can come over.
Attack.
I know our planet's under attack. It's quite annoying.
Station construction complete.
There's very little I can do about it either.
Additional technology acquired. State new directive. Exterminate. State objective. State new directive. Proceed to sector.
So they've already managed to take my planet because they're annoying as hell. Thank you. No, really, thank you. Guys, let's get a defensive base up here.
Activate all alcoves. Proceed to sector. Relocate to grid. Activate all alcoves.
Not enough antimatter. Very annoying. So where was I? Shipbuilding is important. Tactical sphere, 7 of 9. There we go. Regeneration I don't quite have enough money yet. I'm getting there with resources. I need a little bit more though. So let's have a look. A little bit more. 225.
Additional technology acquired. We wish to improve ourselves.
Get out of my systems. These dude scouts everywhere.
We are the Borg.
Don't you know that we,
Additional technology acquired.
the Borg,
We wish to improve ourselves. Exterminate. Negotiation is irrelevant.
getting stuck on the planet trapezoid, not clever. We'll keep some of these ships around here for now. Build our Unicomplex smack bang over there.
Additional technology acquired.
Now the other thing I just want to do is find my hero station. I'm just going to turn off autocast. Put it to control 1 on the keyboard, so I can just select it when I want. So when I do finally get my research done, I can call in the reinforcements I want. Did we get that? We didn't get the gate up, unfortunately, which is really frustrating.
Station construction complete. Instructions received. State objective. Assimilate this species.
This is probably not the situation I wanted, where a pyramid and the queen are taking on the
Remodulate
galaxy.
shields.
It does have 27,000 health there now, but still. Nonetheless. So, where were we?
Additional technology
Need to
acquired.
get this one upgraded, and now I've got these all upgraded. I'm just going to get some resource nodes up and running, each one. We did say that we were going to put an internet
Negotiation
here,
is irrelevant.
and we were going to build a... well, we need to get some other nodes up. And a simulation node up here. And now we have this planet. We should have a crap ton of metal coming in. That's the plan for now for the Borg. And then we're going to build up and build up and build up in our little systems as well.
Station
We'll go on
construction complete.
a massive
We are one.
fest
Relocate to grid.
of killing Klingons and stuff.
Invalid objective. Station construction complete. Station construction complete.
So I do have my first Unimatrix up at least, parked there.
State new
Because the
directive.
Galaxy's dead, so we're just going to bring all of our forces to the front here, just to hold the worlds, because we've kind of taken everything now.
Station construction complete.
There's a couple more researches to do on the middle planet, because it's very expensive as a planet goes.
Station construction
These are
complete.
large.
I am the beginning.
You are the beginning, my dear. I think, though, that's what I'm going to call for an episode. So we've moved out, we've captured our worlds in this first episode, and I'm feeling that we've made some progress. So all in all, not too bad.
We serve the collective.
I know what we wanted to do. And of course, in our next episode, we will look to start building up a Borg Armada, if you like, now that we've established ourselves. I think that's important to get to a good
State
position.
objective.
And we should, if I'm right, and I've worked it out, we should have another layer of these open. And then assimilation, we should be up to a cube possibly, and that's where the fun will begin if we can hold it.
We wish to improve ourselves.
For now, he says. So did we get a resource? I don't think we got a resource node down here. So we're going to need a gate right at the back of the well here. That's an old habit of mine, building gates right at the middle. And then we're going to need a resource node so we can carry on trading. Yeah, we're going to have one there. I put my resource nodes around very lazily. Really, I should put my resource nodes near the edges of the gravity wells so the trade ships don't have as far to go. But hey ho, it is what it is. Trade ships are pretty fast, but just a tip for you. So yeah, I think that's it for an episode, guys. Let me know if you're enjoying it and you want to see more of the Borg. Always happy to put the Borg out there. Before I forget, as well in this episode, I'll just summon 7 of 9 here. There she is.
I am 7 of 9.
I know you are, dear. And we'll get collective defense, which is
our primary objective is of utmost importance.
Oh, is this what I think it is coming? Is this a
State new directive.
A fleet of Klingons?
Instructions received.
It looks like a fleet of Klingons. He insta-gigged one of my poor.
Negotiation is irrelevant. Instructions received. Initiating new directive.
Okay, maybe I won't end the episode here.
Complete.
Maybe we'll just see this battle. What have they got? They've got cavorts already. See, this is what I mean. You're going to be well out tech.
Commence attack.
Early on.
Commence repair operations. Commence repair operations.
We wish to improve ourselves.
Right, get out of my system.
Engage.
Are they retreating already? No, you don't get to retreat like that, you cheeky Klingons. Come back here, I demand it.
Proceed to sector. Additional technology acquired. Commence attack.
Oh no, it looks like they're attacking us here.
State your intent.
By your command. State
Some of them are cloaking, trying to avoid me.
relocate to grid. Proceed to sector. Station construction complete. State new directive.
Try and take out their planetary bombers if we can, so I can avoid losing myself at least.
Commence attack.
Look at the damage they're doing to that poor planet. Obviously being shattered as well. Level up for the Queen. Oh dear God. That is an interesting amount of ships that have just turned up. Let's call in some reinforcements to this planet very, very fast. We're going to need quite a few more ships. I didn't expect them to come with such overwhelming force early on.
We are
Completely took me by surprise, that did. Well done,
station construction complete.
Always the first to shock and surprise.
Station construction complete. Instructions
Right,
received.
so they've cleared off, guys. We'll call it an episode there. Thanks as always for watching. This is Bane finally signing out.